I'll just walk you through a few options how to clear the board and also how to delete individual objects. So you might have a board like this where you've got a bunch of different shapes, uploaded images or hand-drawn items on here. So there's several ways of deleting shapes. For fine-tuned deletion, you can just select the shape and hit delete, or select it and right-click and delete. So the first one was my keyboard. So I'm just using either backspace or the delete key on my keyboard to delete individual shapes. I can undo that as well with Control Z or Command Z. So I can undelete objects as well. The other option is the eraser. So you just click and drag it and anything it touches gets deleted. So again, this is quite a good way of sort of fine-tuning individual shape deletions. That's another option. Another option is to just click, using the select tool, click and drag a selection rectangle as you would do in most programs. So to select all the shapes that you want to get rid of, and then either right click and delete, or as I said before, use the keyboard shortcut, just hit the delete button. You can also clear the whole board this way by using either Control or Command A, depending on which computer you're on. So if I, on my Mac, use Command A, it will select everything that's there and then just hit delete and everything's gone. Again, I can restore that. So those are a few options to click to delete the board. I think the most common one would be for people to wanting to delete everything at once. So Command A and delete is probably good. Or you could, if you're on a touch screen, you might have to zoom out, select everything and hit delete. So obviously you haven't necessarily got the keyboard shortcuts if you're on an iPad or a similar device. Now, sometimes you might not want to delete certain objects. So you might have been using, I don't know, you might have been using the highlighter to highlight certain bits of text, or you might have drawn onto your uploaded slides. And now if you wanted to delete that text, then obviously that's a little tricky, because if you use the eraser to delete, then everything gets deleted. So in those circumstances, it's usually best to right click and then lock that object into place. So edit toggle locked will lock that object. So now we can mark up, we can write on top of it, and then if we want to delete it either via the eraser tool or via selection and delete, then the locked object will be unaffected. So you can basically protect that object. To unlock it, you can either right click it. Usually there's an unlock option here, toggle locked, or you can also, in the room menu, there's an option to unlock everything. So if you're not quite sure what's been locked and what hasn't, this will unlock everything, and then you can delete that again. Now, the final option would be to delete an entire page. So on my board here, I've got 1, 2, 3 different pages. So I could just simply delete the whole page this way. And I can do that with the next page as well. But then obviously the first page I can't delete, because then I would be left with no pages. So in this case, like I said, Command A, delete. This one's currently locked, so I can unlock it and delete that as well. So hopefully that will help you clear the board.